Hey everyone, it's Ryder from Skip. It's Monday, March 7th. I hope you're doing well. There's big news today. The global economy braces for impact of Russia's war on Ukraine. Gasoline prices surge above $4 a gallon with no end in sight. Food prices are going up. I'm going to share that very important news today, plus our brand new EIDL countdown clock. We are counting down how much EIDL funding is left. This is based on the information we heard on Friday from one of our sources at the SBA. You can see it counting down right now, $37,322 million. We'll loop back to this at the end of the video. The main point is there's about 38 days of funding left. If you want to see this countdown timer, go to helloskip.com/EIDL. The link is right below in the description. You can then put in your 2019 revenue, COGS, and EIDL funding received to date. It'll tell you how much funding you may be eligible for. Of course, if you want help, just click the link at the bottom of this page. Click here to check availability and book a time to talk with us. The main point here is, given the economic news that's coming out, higher prices, inflation, global economy, stocks going down, gas prices surging. If you want to try to go after some more funding, now's the time. We would be glad to help you. helloskip.com/EIDL to see the countdown timer, calculate for yourself what you might be eligible for, and then to use the link at the bottom to get help from our team. So thanks for tuning in to today's quick update, and consider liking this video so YouTube shows it to more people, and subscribing if you're new. The global economy braces for impact of Russia's war on Ukraine. Central banks are delaying or softening rate increases after relying on easy money to get through the pandemic. Here's the news today. Soaring commodity prices, sweeping financial sanctions, and the potential for a ban on energy imports from Russia are threatening to hobble a global economy still weakened from the pandemic. These factors are complicating the task that central banks have, including the Fed here in the US, as central banks have been preparing to phase out the easy money. We know inflation is the highest it's been for decades. In gas prices, they surge above $4 a gallon. Many parts of California here, they're over $5 a gallon. Traders and shippers are shunning Russian oil, so a lot of this stems from the conflict, not taking Russian oil and gas imports, and this is constricting global supply. This is basically pulling millions of barrels from global supplies, and that's leading to the increase at the pump. Today, the national average for regular gasoline hit $4.06 a gallon. That's the highest price since July 2008, and it's approaching the record of $4.11. Here's an important quote. If we were in a supply crunch before the Russian invasion, right now we are in hyper supply crunch for oil, said Claudio Galimberti. He's Senior VP of Analysis at energy consultant Rystad Energy. He said, "We are in a price crunch of historical proportions." Connie Schaefer, a stay-at-home mom of 8 children in Columbus, Ohio, pays $80 to fill up the tank of her Honda minivan. Would love to hear in the comments how much it's taking to fill up your tank these days. It's always shocking when you go to fill it up and it keeps pumping. You get over $40, $50, $60 in some cases. Perhaps some of you it's taking $70, $80 as well. Here's how the price per gallon looks compared to a week ago, a month ago, and a year ago. $2.77 a year ago. That's unbelievable. And the outlook is even worse. Oil traders bet prices will pass $200 a barrel this month. Again, stemming from the possibility of a supply cutoff from Russia, one of the world's biggest exporters. UAE, Saudi Arabia are numbers 1 and 2, followed by Russia, then Kuwait, then Iraq, and then Canada. Adding to the problems here, food prices have jumped globally. They're up 20% year over year. That's a record high, according to the UN agency. The Food and Agriculture Organization's Food Price Index tracks the most globally traded food commodities to get to that 20% increase. Finally today, a new study from UpCity, 57% of small businesses cut their spending during the pandemic. A couple takeaways to point out: despite a majority of respondents' annual revenue remaining at less than $500,000, both pre-COVID and now in 2022, 57% of small business owners still cut back on their spending during the pandemic. Here's how that looks. Pre-COVID revenue, 64% had less than $500,000. That's a percent higher in 2022. 21% of businesses between 500 and 2 million, 8% between 3 and 5 million, 5% between 6 and 9 million. Did you cut back on your spending since spring of 2020? A third said they did not change their spending habits, and 9% said their spending had actually increased. One of the biggest changes here is on marketing and advertising. 28% pre-COVID said that was their largest expense. Now that's down to 25%. That's the only expense category that went down. In terms of business size, this is interesting. Pre-COVID, 48% of businesses had 2 to 5 employees. Now that's gone up to 55%. So an increase in smaller businesses. I mean, we know that all along. Most of you watching this channel fall into the 1 to 5 business category. Some of you have big businesses. Finally, the last piece here, no surprise, businesses that are fully remote has gone up. It was 63% pre-COVID, now 67%. So some interesting data for you to think about. We love sharing some of these studies on how businesses are doing, how they've changed. In fact, we're doing a webinar this Friday. We're having a few more entrepreneurs and small business owners join us live on this channel, so be sure you're subscribed. But most importantly, keep an eye on the clock here. If you need more SBA COVID EIDL funding, increase, reconsideration, maybe you're already working with our team. I can't stress it enough. Just book a time to talk with us on the phone. If when you go here to helloskip.com/EIDL, you see that you may still be eligible for more 30-year low interest funding. Here's where we're at. You can see we've gone down since the beginning of the video, $37,325 million left and counting. We hope we can help you soon. Thanks for your support, for liking this video and subscribing. Most importantly, stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow.